Hey, what's up, guys? Steve, we're sketching things. Hey, um, let's do a long-term update, or just talk some more about the blessed knives. Ripley, I did an unboxing. I got this knife from Donnie, and I don't know, towards end of October, I think, early part of November. I think it was in October I got it last year. Um, and I've obviously had some time with it now, and I just kind of want to showcase it just to show off Donnie's work. It's not a review. I don't do reviews anymore. I used to do them years ago, and then I just realized they're stupid, right? Uh, a lot of guys, they get a knife and they carry it for a week, or probably don't even carry it all, and they give you a review and they give you their thoughts. And I just, everybody's, use, what people get out of a knife is going to be on an individual basis, I think. You can like some of the same things I do, or the knives I show. This is, right, we play adult show and tell on this channel. I buy stuff and show it to you guys. But yeah, I used to like carry a knife for a month, and then I'm doing that right now just to see what it's like to carry an OTF for a month. But then I give you an update, a review. And I don't know, I kind of started shying away from that when I started seeing all these, it's like, hey, this company sent me this knife, and here's the unboxing, and here's the links to buy it. Oh, and then I'm going to have this knife for a week, and then, or a couple days, and then give you a review. Well, I don't know. Sometimes with a knife, but unless you've carried it extensively, I don't know. I find it hard for anybody to review anything, because it's personal opinion, right? It's subjective to that person. I can just show you the knife again. One, just to talk about Donnie's work. I've kind of fallen in love with a couple makers, Donnie and Todd Heater, because one, when the maker's cool and you can talk to them, and it just makes the experience that much better, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, like production, there's other customs I like. Production wise, I'm still always going to love my, my Chris Reeves and my Striders, and, high-end CNC knives like the Norseman and some other stuff. It's just different with a handmade custom knife that's, you talk to the person and they make it for you to your spec, and it comes out perfect. I didn't know I met Donnie in a live. It was literally the day I was on with Shane on a live. It was like on Sunday night, and I think I flew out Monday morning or something like that, or maybe the day, I don't know what day of the week it was. All I know is Shane and I did like an impromptu live, had some adult beverages, and Donnie was there in the chat. Found out he was from Omaha, and I was like, I'll take one. Didn't even know what the knife looked like. He was like, hit me up. Next day on the way to the airport, I called him, and that's when I got on his Instagram to look at his knives. And at the time, he had this in the Vapor. And this thing is crazy looking, right? It's a knife that in, I don't know what the right word is, in all normal senses, I shouldn't like. Long and skinny. I do like, right? Not every knife of mine has to be a giant honk and bruiser of a knife, but just the overall shape. And then found out like it was named after Ripley from Alien. I was like, dude, that's just fucking cool. And I'm going to support a hometown guy, and ordered one. And then when you get it in hand, it's broken in. So I've tightened my pivot up. Like this one is running on washers. It's smooth. It's not drop shutty because I've tightened the pivot up. Just kind of a personal preference on a washer knife for me. And then just looking at this thing, that he does this, I mean, by hand, no CNC. It's just insane when you can look at how perfect it is from one side, look at that, to the next, by hand, right? It's just crazy, right? And this knife gets carried, you can see, I mean, it's all dinged up. some of those dings came. I mean, it was like we all do, messing with a knife while you're driving, and I had it in my lap and getting out of my truck. I'm guessing, a 3500, pretty tall, maybe 3 feet. You're up in the air 3 feet. And it came, as I got out, it just kind of went, woo, and I was like, oh. And I was sure I had screwed something with the blade up. But, blade is intact from that. I've broken many a tips off. I've chipped many a knives by doing that. And it had a real, you can kind of see a small mark there. It had a real big mark that just rubbed out. And I was like, how did you do this finish again? That was crazy. So, pocket clip, it's a Zerk clip, and it just, you're just going to mark that up from wear and tear by carrying a knife. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to just kind of look at this knife again after, I don't know, say, I think it was, like I said, end of October. So we got November, December, January, February, almost 5 months of owning this knife now. And it's still one of those ones, like I credit, like I've been selling off a lot of knives. And it was because of this knife and my MOWs from Todd, that just kind of flipped a switch where it was like, too many knives. You've got some that you really, really enjoy. Let's just focus on, carrying that and not caring really about how big the collection is. So yeah, this knife still gives me as much enjoyment as the day I got it. His detail work, I'm still just blown away. Because if you know Donnie, right, he's probably just walking around in his basement making these things in a haze of smoke, and it's just amazing that anything is as precise. Donnie will like that. But I mean, just look at the chamfering. I mean, just blown away, and it's perfect on both sides. Like, you expect, all right, he did that side perfect, but it matches both sides, right? So I'm just blown away. He made this one a little thicker than his usual one, so he had to, make me some. He made some washers for a floating backspacer because his, backspacer specs then once he put the little bit thicker blade in. I got another one on the order from him, a different, I've got the Vapor. He's been teasing making a big thick knife for me, so we'll see later this summer. But yeah, it's just a knife I thoroughly enjoy and just kind of want to showcase some more. Not a review, just showcase and show off the Blessed Knives Ripley. Just a cool knife. And like I said, not really, but you don't know what's your style. Like, everybody thinks, oh, Steve just likes the big thick stuff. Yeah, but it's just a well done knife. Ergonomically, I love it. Everything works well. It's well thought out. It was well thought out, and it was, executed to perfection. So yeah, definitely one of those makers you want to keep an eye out for. All I can say is good job, Donnie. But yeah, just a long-term update. It's been carried, it's been used, it's been dropped, not a save queen. Do with your knives what you want with them, but also knowing, like, oh, I can really kind of screw this up, and I can get it fixed, right? I can give Donnie some money or some food stamps or something, and I can get my knife fixed. I don't think he offers a spa service, but he'll take care of you. So there you go. Just a second look at the Blessed Ripley after 4 or 5 months of owning and carrying it. Great knife. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.